June 13th, the Wine Institute announced that Kathleen Heitz Myers of Heitz Cellars was elected as the new board of the chairman of the board for the Wine Institute for the year 2012-2013. The election was held at the 78th annual meeting of members of the Wine Institute, and I am absolutely so tickled pink that she has been able to join us today because, truthfully, I'm very remiss. Well, I've just been waiting for this moment in time, really, to be able to also talk to someone in the family about Heitz Wine Cellars, such a tremendously significant winery and part of the history of California, let alone Napa wine making. So she's joining us today, and as she states, her upcoming work in the Wine Institute, she plans on working on state, federal, and international public policy. And I'm quoting her here. She will continue to focus on defeating tax increases or tax increase proposals, expanding direct-to-consumer shipping, and enhancing wine exports. And we're also going to talk about the fact that the Wine Institute recently, like about a month and a half ago, sent the largest ever California winery delegation to Hong Kong for a China-Hong Kong trade visit. So, a lot to talk about. And Kathleen, thank you so very much for joining us today. You were born into wine, and so for you, this is just the business of life is wine and Heitz Wine Cellars and California wine. Can you imagine doing anything else?
No, it's a privilege to be an ambassador and spokesperson on behalf of the industry that I grew up in and share a passion for. It's just a wonderful lifestyle, living in a rural environment and tied to the land and your relationships in your community, but at the same time you get to travel the world, and wine and the culinary lifestyle it supports are appreciated internationally.
So do you, as president of Heitz Wine Cellars since 1998, do you, in fact, do a lot of travel around the country, around the world, or are you anticipating more travel this upcoming year as chairman of the board of the Wine Institute?
Normally, I do indeed travel quite a bit on behalf of the winery, but we're a small family business, so I balance it with my life and other interests outside of the wine industry. With my commitments this year, there probably will indeed be a little bit more emphasis on travel.
What are your extracurricular interests?
Oh, goodness. I guess I would say I'm an outdoors person.
Okay.
I love hiking, swimming, anything that appreciates nature.
And there's a lot of potential controversy going on in Napa with respect to public land that maybe is threatened by a reservation for gaming, isn't there?
Yes, I think another one just got pre-approved in Sonoma County. Napa Valley was one of the first in the country, really, to have agriculture preserved. So they're trying to keep those land issues within the agriculture, reserved for agriculture. So we will see what happens.
Okay, so talk to us. Last week, we just had an interesting conversation with Leslie P. Berglund, co-founder of WISE Academy, Wine Industry Sales Education, and their main focus is direct-to-consumer sales and training. And so you say that one of your goals as chairman of the Wine Institute is expanding direct-to-consumer shipping. So does part of that include a lot of of education and awareness campaigns?
Well, I think it's keeping a healthy business environment and keeping the trade consistent as much as we can throughout the different states. In the last few years, there's been such a popularity and expansion of wineries, some of which are very small, so they don't have the distributors that they need, so their livelihood depends even more so on direct-to-consumer shipping.
Yeah. But from your perspective, well, let me ask you, at Heitz Cellars, is a lot of your business based on shipping directly from the winery, like with the Heitz Cellars, wine club sort of a thing?
We do not have a wine club, but yes, we do ship. We do ship directly to our people on our mailing lists around the country. Okay. But we're also full distribution. We're probably a larger small winery or mid-sized winery, so we have full distribution around the world.
And so can you rattle off some of the other countries that you export to?
Sure. I think in Asia, our largest export market is probably Japan right now. And if we go to Europe, it would be Germany and Switzerland, Sweden are very good markets for us. Okay. And if Canada right now just seems to be on fire. There's just such an appreciation. Maybe it's with the exchange rate of the Canadian dollar being better and more tourism going on into California, that they have really shown a support for California wines in the last 5 years, and it seems to continue to grow.
Where do you think is the Wine Institute? Where are they expecting the biggest growth in the near future for export markets of California wines?
There's a lot of emphasis on Asia right now. I think Hong Kong has put a lot of work into being kind of the gateway, in a sense, to part of Asia, and getting in early to brand California wines in China is of importance. They seem to be embracing it from all different economic and age groups in China. Okay. So to get in there and build a strong, solid foundation.
Are very many California wines exported to Australia or New Zealand?
A little bit. Sometimes when there's an industry themselves, it's not quite as much as other countries. But no, and I think a lot of the companies are becoming international, and you'll see some of the big corporation wineries embracing wines from not only the area where their home or parent company is, but representing brands from different countries as well underneath their marketing umbrella.
What does the Wine Institute, or how does the Wine Institute regard India as a future market?
They're starting on that. I'm from the Napa Valley, and I know some of my fellow vintners here have made several trips to India, and that indeed is opening up as a market as well.
Well, how many cases is right now is Heitz Wine Cellars? You say you're either a large small winery or a small medium sized winery. How many thousands of cases does that roughly mean?
Well, to give you a perspective of size, we have 18 to 20 employees. That's including part-time people as well. Okay. And we produce 40,000 cases. Okay,
so when your father was making wine in charge of the winery, was that a time when it was 20,000 cases or 30,000 cases?
Well, when he first started, the first couple of years, it was just a couple hundred cases. We grew gradually over the years, but we've been at 40,000 cases for many years now. Okay. That was kind of a ideal size where the family members are still involved. Yeah. Yeah, we like to work, and Our goal is to pass it on to another generation. So we're not trying to keep growing our company to the point where we turn it or sell it. So we have different goals in mind.
And are there, in fact, the third generation kids that are, being prepped or in college or already working at the winery?
I do have some nephews and nieces, and I think there is some interest. It's that age where they're still a little bit young. Though, as I say that, my nephew Harrison just started to work at the winery a couple weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So he's doing a year internship, kind of going through the different departments of the winery to see where he really has a special interest or, wants to get his hands on.
Okay. And nowadays, is he in college already? Is he studying international business or winemaking or grape growing?
He's out of college. He majored in business as well as IT. The computer generation.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh, gosh, there's so much growth now and in the future for all this social marketing. Okay, cool. That is a great segue to start up the next segment. We're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Kathleen Heitz Myers of Heitz Wine Cellars in St. Helena. She's the newly appointed board chairman for the 2012-2013 year of the Wine Institute. You're listening to Wine and Dine. We will be right back.